NCTM-NCTE Joint Conference recap with Dr. India White, TEDx speaker, author, and international education consultant.
What did you say equity was to you?
It is fair but not equal. So whatever I do for one doesn't necessarily mean that's what I do for all.
Okay. And what did you say equity was?
I said equity is giving everyone what they need, not necessarily giving them all the same thing.
Excellent. I like that.
They invited the class sections or whatever to be able to actually buy stuff, and then the kids did like they're all little mini stores. And so with that, when the kids came down, they had different prices. They said they determined the prices. They made TV commercials to go along with it as well. And so you couldn't close your store until you sold everything.
So using different resources.
We had like one little group that's like, I'm ready to be done. It's like doing about what you're one group theirs was more expensive than the others, and so one teacher said, well, it's cheaper down there. It's like, yeah, you're right, it is cheaper. They got poor quality. I know they were all telling the exact same thing, but it was just them doing it together, and they worked as a group. They also had to basically make change. So that was one of their main focuses, working on subtracting and actually being able to actually make change.
Into the problems, because sometimes they just can't connect to it. They had no idea what a Piggly Wiggly was.
They might know the math
We got
problem, but they're stuck on
right.
understanding
They got
something
stuck
that
on that.
doesn't have.
So bringing in aspects of a community or their surroundings into the math, sometimes you're gonna have to make those. Absolutely.
You're gonna get more engagement too.
Yeah.
Doing that.
And that's why, like, that first couple of weeks or that first quarter is so big, because that's when you do the surveys to kind of understand their likes, and they'll bring up cultural things. Like, that other teacher was saying earlier that one family was bringing her lunch all the time, and she learned what they liked. So something like that in your word problem, as opposed to apples and oranges, would make the biggest difference. Like, it would allow that child to feel seen. So, just like you said, just doing the work to learn about them.
I feel like that goes back to like reproductive struggling with written stuff, and when kids are so scared to make mistakes, when you start having that trust, then they're going to be more.
I am Melanie, and I just attended Dr. India White's session, and I always take away from her story and community and how important that is. And every time, even though I'm doing the work, I get another thing to use with my students to find those connections and find ways to help my students find their identity. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So I truly enjoyed your session, Dr. White, just equity in the whole, because we have so many different learners in the classrooms, and teachers don't realize they're the guide and the light, especially when you talk about if you feel you're better than them. Yeah. Expect them to learn. As a coach, I have those conversations with our teachers. Also, that's my research. I'm working on my dissertation.
All right.
Looking at the disproportionality of school discipline and how it impacts Black girls. So I really loved your session, and I took a lot of that, and I'm so happy I wrote the book. And I can't wait to read it. So it was a great session.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, and thanks for coming to my session. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.